Well, good morning, everybody. This is Aaron with Camp Prevost, and I usually post videos with my bus, but we were 80 degrees yesterday, and we're supposed to get snow tonight or tomorrow. And a couple of weeks ago, we had a tornado almost come through here. 2 weeks before that, tornado. It's just been a mess, so I've left it at home. And I've been playing around. I did Set Power reached out to me and I did a video on that cooler. Absolutely love it. It's 12 and 24 volt and 120 volts. I'll be doing some more on it. And Dr. Prepare reached out to me on this battery. It's a LiFePO and it's got this box on it so that you've got some different connections. You can do solar, USB, and USB-C, and they've got a cigarette lighter. So this cooler can plug in to this box, and this battery will run it for like 6 days. And then I've got these are 80 watt SIG solar panels. I can plug that in, and this only draws like 50 watts an hour, and those do 80, so I can run this almost perpetually. And I've got 2 of the panels. The other, I've got inside these boxes 1,400 more watts of solar, and I'm going to throw them on top of the bus. Hopefully, if we can get some consistent good weather, I'll bring it home and start playing with it, try to get the CAN bus settings. But just wanted to share that with you. I'm just doing some videos that I thought were interesting, so I thought some of the viewers would see them as interesting too. These are 8D 12 volt batteries, and I had 6 of them on my bus and replaced those with some LiFePO. I've got 15,100 watts, which is more than double what these 6 batteries were, but these 2 are fine, but they've got a date code of 18. So I reached out to the Facebook page, see if anybody wanted them. Nobody did. I don't blame them, but they work, and I'll get $15 for them to recycle. So and I have 2, and I also happen to have, I had 4 3,000 watt Outback 24 volt inverters, and I sold 3 of them and kept 1, and I kept all of the hardware. So what I'm thinking I'm gonna do, because I don't want to part with this last one, and I don't want to part with those, is what I'm looking at doing is taking these 2 batteries, building a stand, stack them on top of each other, and then I want to take that, it won't focus there, take that Outback inverter, throw it on top, and I think what I want to do is come over here in our garage, and I want to build a little stand and have a battery, and then the Outback inverter, and then I'll plug it in to the outlet there, and then I've got a outlet or a wire here and plug it into it, and that goes to my sumps. I've got 2 sumps downstairs, and if I ever lose power, I'll have, I think it's like 3,600 watts of power between the 2 at 50%. Be able to run my sumps and anything else that I feel like plugging into it. So, like I said, it's not a bus video, but thought I'd just show you, instead of throwing these away and keeping that one on the shelf forever, thought I'd throw it in there. Plus, I'm trying to get rid of everything in here. I've got a floor to put in, table saw to go throw in a wood shop. If I can get rid of these batteries, burn that wood, and then put the solar panels up, I'll have a spot for, I don't know, something else. So maybe something future coming. Wife's looking at getting an electric vehicle. So what I'm thinking would be neat is to get, I think if she does like 30 miles a day, if I had 7,500 watts of power and 2 5,000 watt batteries, I could, I mean, it's not going to be for free. I think it would take 20,000 miles and it would pay for the solar and the batteries, and then basically we'd have free charging, free fuel for the cars. So baby steps, kind of want to clear all this out, but I'm gonna get started. All right guys, for anybody that's left, what I'm gonna do is build me a box right there. I'm gonna be able to slide the batteries in. They are 160 pounds a piece, and that inverter's probably every bit of 50 pounds. So what I'm gonna do is build that box. Those front 2x4s in the middle will be removable. And then all I need are 2 2x4s. Kind of a hoarder, I guess. This piece of plywood's exactly the right size. I used this on my EG4 battery box build, and this is gonna be exactly the size of the box, so that'll cover it. Got my box of goodies here. I'm gonna use this, plug this in to here. It's 20 amp for the AC out. I found a pigtail cord, and I'll plug it into there. And from the battery post, I've got these cables left over from my bus along with all of those, so I don't need any. So I'll use probably this guy, right? Maybe this guy, since I got it. I don't know what size it is. Let me look. I think it's like 2 aught, so I've got all the power I need. And then, so I'll use one of those to connect the batteries together, and then I'll use 2 of those to run up to there. The other thing that I've pulled out, I've got a 150 amp fuse. And so at 24 volt, it's 3,600 watts. And that is a 3,000 watt hour, 30 amp, I think it's 3,500 watt. So I'll blow that fuse before I peak this out and everything, but I probably need a bigger fuse in there, but it'll be fine for what I want to use. I don't have to buy anything. I'd rather blow a fuse than blow anything else up. So I'm gonna go to the store and get 2 2x4s, and I'll get the stuff made. All right, so I went to the store and I got 2 2x4s, cut them into 6 1-footers, took my plywood that I had, cut it into 3 pieces. Love my track saw. I hardly use my table saw anymore, and I've got one of these guys on here. Makes it real easy to cut. It's just so precise with that. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna build the whole thing and work on getting it over there in that corner before I put the batteries in it. All right guys, I got that stand built. I've got the inverter sitting on it. I drilled 2 holes, kind of ready to stick the batteries in and try to get some cables set up. So I think I'm gonna try to throw it in over there in the corner. All right, so I got those batteries in there. So that's 130 or 160 pounds. So let's say 150, because I can't remember. So that's 350 pounds on there. But I slid it over there and it worked out just fine. So now I've just got to work on my cables. But I think before I do that, I got to get my AC in so I'm not inside of that when I hook it up. So I'm gonna hook my, screw this down and put the AC cables on. All right, here's another build update. So batteries in there. I got this guy mounted on. I got this guy mounted. Put a grommet through here. Mounted the display. Have it end up coming up through here. This wire will plug the unit in. So now I'm gonna hook the batteries up. Well, I got it hooked up. Throw that over here. So I got the batteries hooked together. I got a fuse in there coming up here. Only and the display's on. Only one problem, it's so heavy I can't even budge it. Figure it out here. Well, I got it all pushed in and hooked up. Starting to get some of my garage back. So basically, these batteries run the inverter, which runs this outlet, and then this inverter, I'll plug it in there. But if I turn it on, then I've got this plugged in here. So basically, this will act kind of like a UPS. One of these cords right here, or the yellow cord, it goes downstairs to my sump pump. And what I'd like to do is plug my sump into here for the backup, and then this will plug into that outlet. And so it's only emergency anyway, but if that sump pump runs, it will pull from the main power. But if the main power gets disrupted, then this turns itself on and I'll be able to run it from here. This is like the network for our house, all the internet and stuff. I'd like to plug that in there too. The other, I don't know how I do it, but the my garage door openers, it'd be nice to run off there too. But yeah, instead of throwing it all away, it's worked out pretty good. Kind of fits there in the corner. I don't know if I'm gonna put a cover over it or not, but thanks for tuning in. It's dropped down to like 40 degrees out. It's cold. It's supposed to get to 30 and snow tomorrow, but hopefully if that's gone, I'll bring the coach home and start doing some videos on the bus. And like I said, I've got a video probably coming out on that battery, and I already did one on the cooler, and I wouldn't put a video out if I didn't think the stuff was pretty good. That thing right there is freaking awesome. I'm gonna put it in my coach, but you know, if you pull your truck behind the coach, you can throw this guy in there and run it off that for 5 days, and then charge it back up if you want to, or you can use it for lights and cell phones and all of that stuff. But that cooler, used it for a week, and it did well. And then that battery's cool. Ran my office off of it. But thanks for tuning in. We've got more videos coming up, and let me know if you want to see anything else.